Jack Thompson was a mechanic. He lived in a small town. His hands were rough. Jack had a prized possession, a 1967 Ford Mustang. It gleamed in the sunlight. The Mustang was more than a car. It held his memories and dreams. The car was his companion. It never let him down. It was a part of him. Jack spent hours in his garage, tinkering with the Mustang. He kept it pristine. The car was his pride and joy. The Mustang had been in Jack's family for generations. His father had bought it new. It was a symbol of their love. Jack remembered riding in the back seat as a child. His father would take them for drives on Sundays. When Jack's father passed away, the Mustang was passed down to him. It was more than just a car now, it was a legacy. He would keep his father's memory alive. He would pass it down to his own children one day. Years passed. Jack grew older. The Mustang aged with him, but it still ran like a dream. Jack still took it out for a spin. But something was different now. Jack felt a change coming. He knew he couldn't keep the Mustang forever. It was time to let go. One day, Jack decided to take the Mustang out for one last ride. He wanted to say goodbye. He wanted to relive his memories. He wanted to feel the wind in his hair one more time. He opened the garage door. The sunlight hit the Mustang. It sparkled like it was brand new. Jack smiled. It was time to go for a drive. Jack slid into the driver's seat. The leather was soft and worn. It smelled familiar. It smelled like his father. He put the key in the ignition. The engine roared to life. The sound was music to his ears. He put the car in gear. He slowly backed out of the garage. He was ready for his last ride. The sun was shining. The sky was blue. It was a perfect day for a drive. Jack rolled down the windows. He let the fresh air fill the car. He could smell the grass. He could smell the trees. He felt alive. He drove out of town. He headed for the open road. He knew exactly where he wanted to go. He wanted to visit all the places he used to go with his father. Section 5. Winding roads. Unwinding memories. He drove past the lake. The water shimmered in the sunlight. He could almost see his reflection as a young boy in the water. He could almost hear his father's laughter. Jack continued driving. He drove through the hills. The roads were winding. The scenery was breathtaking. He remembered hiking these hills with his father. They would pack a picnic lunch. They would spend the whole day exploring. They would talk about everything. They were best friends. Jack smiled at the memory. He wished he could go back in time. He would give anything to spend another day with his father. He missed him dearly. Section 6. The setting sun, a golden hue. As the sun began to set, Jack knew it was time to turn around. He pulled over and got out. He took a deep breath. The Mustang looked majestic in the golden light. Jack ran his hand along the hood. He felt a pang of sadness. He knew this was goodbye. It was time for a new chapter. Section 7. Farewell, my old friend. Jack got back into the car. He started the engine. He put the car in gear. He took one last look at the sunset. Then he drove away. He drove back to town. He parked the Mustang inside. He closed the garage door. He knew it was time. He walked inside his house. He felt a sense of closure. He knew he had made the right decision. The Mustang would always hold a special place in his heart, but it was time to move on. It was time to create new memories. It was time to live his life to the fullest. Section 8, a garage of memories. Jack went into his garage the next day. He looked at the Mustang. It sat there quietly. It looked content. It looked peaceful. He opened the driver's side door. He got in one last time. He closed the door. He sat there for a moment. He breathed in the familiar scent. He closed his eyes. He remembered all the good times. He smiled. He opened his eyes. He got out of the car. He knew it was time. He closed the car door. He walked out of the garage. He closed the garage door behind him. He would never forget the Mustang. Section 9, peace in the rearview mirror. Jack sold the Mustang. He found a good home for it. He knew it would be loved. He watched it drive away. He felt peace. It was time. The Mustang was part of his life. Now he let it go. He had his memories.